If you're afraid of the sea, Mr. Fox, you never should have left Boston. Those were the taunting words with which Oregon was founded, in storm and in death. They were spoken by the headstrong Captain Jonathan Thorne of the brig Tonquin, right out there at the mouth of the Columbia River on a stormy day just like this one, March 22nd, 1811.
The surf was up just as it is today, but Captain Thorne, master of the brig Tonquin, completing a 6-month trip around the Horn to establish a fur trading post for John Jacob Astor, decided to cross the perilous bar into the river anyway. He ordered First Officer William Fox and 6 others over the side in the whaleboat to take soundings. Fox protested that the seas were too high, but in the face of his captain's taunt, he lowered the boat. It was capsized in an instant, and Officer Fox and the others drowned.
The Tonquin herself was thrown across the bar and into the river and came to rest right here. Her shaken survivors became the first American settlers on the Pacific coast. The British, who claimed Oregon for God and country, were challenged now by the Americans, who claimed Oregon for John Jacob Astor and the almighty dollar. Astoria is still here. Her sons still go down to the sea in ships across the fearful waves at the mouth of the Columbia. They are the descendants of men who, if they were afraid of the sea, never would have left Boston.
A Yankee sea captain, Robert Gray, discovered this fabled river in 1792 and gave it the name of his little ship, Columbia. Up here on the hill above Astoria Harbor, the Columbia River Maritime Museum displays a model and preserves the record that Gray found the river exceedingly difficult to enter. Since then, others have found the same. The collision of the river's current with the tides of the sea shifts the sandbars perilously and raises breakers that can reach 100 feet in height. Hundreds of great ships have followed the Tonquin's whaleboat to the rocks or to the bottom. A sudden shift in the wind, a failure of rigging, a helmsman's momentary lapse of judgment, and the mouth of the Columbia has claimed another victim. In the 165 years that followed the founding of Astoria, the Columbia River became a lifeline to the world for Oregonians on shore. For some of those who went to sea, it became a graveyard. There are protective jetties now and a dredged and buoyed channel, but captains still bring their ships into the Columbia with all hands at their stations and all their senses tingling until they're across the bar. They know this is still a place unparalleled in the history of ship disaster, and they know the rusted hulks and broken old bones of many a proud ship are watching them as they go by.
We came here to tell a historical story about shipwrecks. While we were here, the $3.5 million tuna seiner Betty M, trying to enter the mouth of the Columbia in a storm, went aground. She's down by her bows, her hull is cracked. She is a total loss. History does not end like a story in a book.